In a dramatic turn of events during the 2025 Japanese Grand Prix, the most shocking moments came not from the track, but from the radio communications of Ferrari's two-star drivers, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. Instead of impressive overtakes or photo-finish podiums, the F1 world was left stunned by what was revealed over the team radio, exposing an underlying frustration and tension inside the Scuderia. The SF25, Ferrari's latest weapon in their ongoing battle for supremacy in Formula One, struggled once again to live up to the expectations of the team and its drivers. As the race unfolded, with strategies unraveling and the car failing to perform as hoped, both Hamilton and Leclerc turned to their team radios with uncharacteristic bluntness. Their frustration was palpable, marking a stark contrast to the calm and focused approach they are known for on track. These were not just moments of irritation, but a reflection of something much deeper, a growing rift between what the drivers expect from the team and what Ferrari is able to deliver. The radio messages that leaked from Suzuka painted a picture of a team at a crossroads, one that could determine the course of the rest of their 2025 campaign. Hamilton, battling with a lack of pace, asked his race engineer a simple question: "Where am I losing time on track?" The response was vague, mentioning sectors 8, 9, 13 and 14. But this wasn't enough for Hamilton. He pushed back, asking for more specifics. "Okay, but how much? Let me know." His tone, though composed, clearly conveyed frustration. This wasn't a matter of blaming the team. It was about not having the right information to compete. In a sport as demanding as F1, every tenth of a second matters, and Hamilton's insistence for clarity spoke volumes. Meanwhile, Leclerc was dealing with his own battle, not against a rival car but with his own engineers. He was instructed to adjust the engine braking settings on his car, but he refused, stating that he had his reasons. It was a rare show of defiance from the usually patient Leclerc, and it was clear from his response that he didn't believe the advice matched what he was experiencing on the track. These were not isolated complaints. They were part of a troubling pattern that has been building for Ferrari throughout the 2025 season. It wasn't just the performance of the car that was in question. It was also the breakdown in communication between the drivers and the team. When Ferrari was disqualified in China due to excessive plank wear and struggled in Australia, they had hoped to recover in Japan. But Suzuka only served to highlight the ongoing limitations of the SF25. The car continued to suffer from a narrow setup window and was highly sensitive to changes in ride height, causing instability and unpredictability. Both Hamilton and Leclerc made it clear after the race that, despite executing clean laps and reasonable setups, the car's performance simply wasn't there. Leclerc, who finished in fourth place, described his race as annoying, feeling isolated and unable to challenge for the podium despite his best efforts. Meanwhile, Hamilton, despite pushing the car to its limits, could only manage a seventh-place finish. After the race, he confirmed something that had been suspected by many. One of the components on his SF25 had been underperforming since the start of the season. This raised a massive question. How could a team of Ferrari's caliber allow such a significant issue to persist for 3 entire weekends before identifying and addressing it? This wasn't just a technical problem, it was a failure in Ferrari's internal processes. From the beginning of pre-season testing, Ferrari had spoken confidently about the SF25 as a complete redesign that would improve balance, generate more downforce, and provide a more reliable platform. But after only 3 races, it became apparent that the promises made were far from the reality. The car had structural flaws that went beyond minor tweaks. This wasn't just about driver frustration. It was a reflection of a project that had begun on the wrong foot. One of the major issues with the SF25 is its excessive sensitivity to ride height. Even a few millimeters off the ideal height and the car's performance drops drastically. Additionally, the car's rear instability has become a constant problem. Both Hamilton and Leclerc had commented on the unpredictable traction during acceleration, which resulted from a mismatch between mechanical grip and aerodynamic load. This instability not only made the car harder to drive, but it also decreased driver confidence. And when drivers can't trust the rear of their car, it makes it almost impossible to extract maximum performance in qualifying or manage tires effectively during a race. On top of these technical problems, Ferrari's strategy and race operations have also come into question. At Suzuka, the team opted for a very conservative approach, which became evident in their tire choices for Leclerc. While other teams were willing to take risks and go for more aggressive strategies, Ferrari stuck to the script: medium tires at the start, hard tires for the second stint, and no attempt to split strategies or make bold moves to challenge for a podium position. The team seemed more focused on damage limitation than on fighting for positions, which is not the mindset needed for a team that aspires to win titles. Perhaps the most revealing aspect of the weekend was the breakdown in communication between the pit wall and the drivers. The leaked radio messages from Suzuka showed a lack of clarity and a failure to deliver actionable feedback in real time. Hamilton had to push multiple times to get a clear understanding of where he was losing time, while Leclerc refused to follow an engineer's instruction about adjusting his car settings, citing that he had valid reasons for his decision. When two top-tier drivers, one a 7-time world champion, the other Ferrari's long-time golden boy, are struggling to align with their engineers, it raises serious questions about the team's internal dynamics and leadership. As former F1 driver Jacques Villeneuve pointed out, Hamilton has not just joined Ferrari, he has taken over the team's internal dynamic. With decades of experience and a reputation as a relentless competitor, Hamilton naturally commands attention. His presence has inevitably shifted the team's energy, and as Naomi Schiff suggests, this change in the team's internal culture might be contributing to the current issues. Ferrari is not just facing a technical or strategic problem, it's also grappling with a possible identity crisis. This is a team at a crossroads. The SF25 lacks the performance to compete with Red Bull or McLaren, and Ferrari's race operations are still too reactive. The communication breakdown between the drivers and the engineers, coupled with a lack of boldness in strategy, has created an environment of frustration and doubt. Now, with both of Ferrari's top drivers visibly unhappy with the situation, something needs to change fast. This is not just about the 2025 season. It's about Ferrari's identity as a team. If the team doesn't act quickly to address its internal issues, improving the car's performance, tightening up communication, and becoming more aggressive with strategy, Ferrari will risk wasting another season and watching their rivals continue to open up an ever-widening gap. The Japanese Grand Prix wasn't just a bad race for Ferrari. It was a snapshot of a team that seems to be losing its grip on its direction. Hamilton and Leclerc's frustrations are not just about the results. They are demanding more from the team, more clarity, more responsiveness, and more commitment to achieving the team's potential. If Ferrari doesn't act now,